right here.
This hearing is now called to order. Roll call.
Ryan Duke, David Hitchcock,
Here.
William Wainwright,
Here.
Jordan Corbin,
Here.
Lolita Barron,
And Veronica Roundtree here.
oh, Veronica Roundtree. Sorry. Went right past you.
Okay. We need approval of the minutes from our last hearing.
Motion to approve minutes from the May Code Enforcement Board.
Second.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
It has been motioned and approved to accept the vote from the last hearing. The minutes from the last hearing. We need to swear in our witnesses.
You're going to testify. Please stand and raise your right hand. Do you affirm the testimony you're about to give is truth and nothing but the truth?
Okay. Our first case is on page 2, at the top of the page. Last four numbers, 0817, 504 Carroll Avenue, Tarpon 4 LLC, Jonathan Trillos, and Code Enforcement Officer Joey Brownlow. Okay.
Code Enforcement Officer Joey Brownlow. Case number, sorry, this is going to be 1090012020817, 504 Carroll Avenue. Owner Tarpon LLC. Violation is zoning. Date of the violation 2/21/2012. The city is going to recommend a partial release from the partial number 2827-13-933-48-0000120. Address of 443 Bar Court, Point Siena, Florida 34579, from the operation of this lien.
Where's,
Okay.
I don't see that.
Is Jonathan Trillos or someone from Tarpon 4 here?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, come to the, okay, state your name for the hearing.
Jonathan Trillos.
Okay, you have heard the officer. What do you have to say?
I'm not representing Tarpon.
You're not?
That's a good call to say that.
Okay.
No, I'm the actual, I work with the actual owner of the property. I work with Freedom Construction USA LLC. We bought the property from Tarpon.
Okay, so you're not the owner, so where is the owner?
Oh, the owner is not here. I'm representing the owner. I work with them.
Okay.
He's here to get a partial release from our
Yes.
case.
Okay.
Property in Point Siena.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We bought it as a vacant lot, and we built a house over there. We're selling the house right now.
Did you do a title search?
Yes, we did.
Did you know it had a release on it?
Yeah, but
You
they
had a lien on it when you bought it,
yes.
and you still bought it?
They say that the property had some liens, but they basically, when we bought the property, the owner, they refused to sign the affidavit, I believe it was.
What owner?
Tarpon. The old owner.
Yeah.
So we bought the property as is, but they were saying that they will be signing that affidavit later. They never did. The title company said that everything was fine with it, but now the problem came back to me and saying that I can't sell the property until it's like released from all the issues that the old owner has with the liens. This is a cross lien. It's not even with our property.
Yeah,
it's with their properties.
Yeah, so there's a lot of history with Tarpon Ford and
Yes.
and
You bought
properties.
this directly from Tarpon?
Bar Court is fine. There's no liens, anything there. It's just from another properties from these companies.
Yeah.
That's like cross lien.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. But the property is clean.
Board, anything else?
Well, you know my history.
Mr. Hitchcock just likes to do due
Tarpon
diligence.
4 is a notorious bad actor.
Yeah.
They have trouble everywhere, and I don't want to do anything that helps them at all.
Yeah.
So they bought this from Tarpon 4. Tarpon 4 knew they could sell it because we would come and give in, and I just don't want to give in to Tarpon 4.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that's where I am. I will not ever approve helping Tarpon 4.
Okay.
But the property that you have now has been built on, new house, and you're in the process of selling.
Yes, we are under contract. We were supposed to close this week, but we couldn't because this situation.
In Florida, you built a house on land that was not free and clear.
Yes.
That's just, why would you do that? I mean, it's just, were you told that the city of Lakeland would probably give you a release?
Yeah, but we never, I mean, when we bought the lot, the title company said that the property was free and clear in title,
Because
right?
that property was.
But that in a specific property. But then now that in the new lien search, the title company say that there are some cross liens, but there's nothing to do with my address. It's just another properties from the same company that we bought their property.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I don't know, they are trying to get a fees or something paid by them, but it's other properties, Lincoln Avenue, another properties that I don't even know.
We're gonna hear all of
that are
these.
my properties.
We'll hear all these other properties that are affected by this, I think, today. Any other discussion? I'll make a motion to accept the city's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Corbin. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation for the property at 443 Bar Court, Poinciana, Florida. Next case right below it, 821 North Lincoln Avenue. Code Enforcement Officer Alex Gomez. Owners Norda Suzette Freeman, Wood Properties.
Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement. Case number is 110000507096. Address is 821 North Lincoln. Owners a Norda Suzette Freeman, Wood Properties. Violation was high repair. Date of violation was 7/7/2005. The city recommends partial release from parcel 28271-393-3480-00120. Address is 443 Bar Court, Poinciana, Florida, 34579. From operation of this lien.
State your name for the hearing.
Jonathan Trills.
Okay. You have heard the officer. What do you have to say about this property?
That's the Bar Court, the same property, 443 Bar Court.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
But the lien that he's mentioned is about another property that is not a part of our portfolio.
Yeah.
Lincoln Avenue, it doesn't belong to us. It's still, I believe it's still Tarpon property.
These are all cross lanes that.
Yeah, that's a cross lien that is affecting my property right now.
Okay, board.
This is a different owner though. So it's not, I mean, Tarpon's down here listed for the same property later, but
Woods property.
821, the case right underneath it, we'll hear next, I guess.
How can you have the same address on different parcel numbers?
Okay, and then it got.
That's a great question too.
again.
That is a good question.
Yeah, so there's.
Is that correct?
I mean, I'm not technically supposed to testify or offer evidence, so I would refer the question to the department. We've got two cases in a row here for 821 North Lincoln Avenue. They have they have the same address, but two different owners listed and two different parcel IDs listed. So is there an error in the agenda?
No, the original owner is the owner that's listed on the agenda. After the fines were imposed, Tarpon took ownership of the property. The new owner does not show on the agenda. So Tarpon is the owner of the property.
Of
That's not the
821 North
question.
Lincoln?
Pardon me?
Of 821 North Lincoln Avenue?
821 North Lincoln.
That's not the question. The question is, how do you have different parcel numbers on the same address?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at,
You are looking at, yeah, this is case number. The first number is case number.
okay,
Okay, and one is a.
I got you. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Okay,
But then you have different owners of the same property.
same parcel number, yeah.
I think
So
if you
who
look
owns 821 North Lincoln?
So
the parcel, I'm sorry.
where the parcel number matches
Yeah, we
on
can't.
both cases, but
Yeah,
are
we-
you referring to the case number?
Right, yeah, that was the original issue. We were looking at case number, not parcel number.
Yeah, that's
Right,
not the
yeah,
parcel
I was
ID
mistaken
number.
on that.
Yeah, but we're curious now as to why there were two. I mean, I know we're not hearing this case yet, but two addresses, or one address with two different owners with separate violations. That was more but I think Tammy explained.
Your question is, why does it have two different owner
Yeah.
names? Because when the property, the first case, that was the owner of the property, Tarpon. The second case, when it was originally cited, it was cited under Suzette's name. Once the fines are imposed, we don't take that owner off.
stays, yeah.
We leave that owner on there and add the new owner,
So
which
they
is
bought,
Tarpon.
so they bought the property with the fines.
So the Freemans bought it from Tarpon.
Who's the other way
Other way
around?
around.
Because
Tarpon bought
the
it from-
case we're hearing right now is
Tarpon bought it,
dated for
yeah.
2005.
So Tarpon. owns
The
it.
the case after it was dated 2011, so Tarpon must have acquired the property at some time in between there.
Still Tarpon's
Gotcha,
property,
okay.
yeah.
Any discussion further?
I move for staff recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Corbin, second by Mr. Wainwright. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation. The next case is right below it, 821 North Lincoln Avenues, last four numbers 6715. Tarpon for LLC, Code Enforcement Officer Alex Gomez.
Alex Gomez, City of Lincoln Code Enforcement. Case number is 1100011096715. Address is 821 North Lincoln Avenue. Owners of Tarpon 4 LLC. Violation of zoning. Date of violation is 9/1/2001. City recommends partial release from parcel 282-713-933-480-00120 for the address of 443 Bar Court, Point Siena, Florida, 34579 for the operation of this lien.
Okay, state your name again for the hearing.
Jonathan Trillos.
Okay, you have heard him. Do you have anything else to say? Different.
It's the same.
Now, with this one, you're involved?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same.
It's all of it's the same.
443 Bar Court, that's the only property that is in our portfolio.
And you put that-
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
I
motion.
just want to make sure.
Where are we on the big picture? You're doing research on Tarpon.
When this came up before, I had started to do some title research, and I discovered that Tarpon, they own property in essentially every municipality within Polk County and within the county itself, and every single one of those properties has code enforcement liens. So it's quite a mess when you start to try to do title research on it, because you have to find out first in time whose liens are going to have priority. Once we file foreclosure, some other municipality may have a lien that was recorded before ours that would cross encumber. So I actually called the county attorney's office to find out if they would be agreeable to some kind of stipulation with the city where we could foreclose on these properties. Maybe we could foreclose together or something along those lines. And they were open to it, but didn't really want to formally agree to anything. And they really didn't have the ability to give me a list, which is what I was hoping, that they could give me some kind of list of their liens that that I could work from, and I wasn't able to do that either. And at this point, it's such a large, it would be such a large case due to the magnitude of the liens and the amount of properties affected, that it's not something that I could personally handle with my workload. So there's been some discussion about hiring an outside attorney to do it, and then that's just a cost to the city we have a decision hasn't been made yet whether to move forward and expend that money. For example, the recent foreclosure that we did on 63 Lake Hunter that the board referred, we are resolving that case now, and it did cost the city about $3,000 in legal fees to perform that, and we didn't even go all the way through the process. We actually settled it in the middle because they found a buyer, and we ended up withdrawing. So that just gives you an idea about what the cost would be. I mean, I would estimate it could be anywhere from $6,000 to $15,000 for the city to initiate these foreclosures. So
Per parcel?
I'm thinking more of a total because there are, I think, three or four Lakeland properties. That's essentially where I left it. I mean, at that point, it was a decision for someone with budget power, not myself, to make, and we haven't revisited it. But if the board directs me to do so today, I will certainly present that decision back to the folks that can make that call, whether or not we want to spend that money to foreclose and try to resolve the Tarpon 4 situation for good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, do we have a,
I mean, I'll make a motion to accept staff recommendation.
okay.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Corbin. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation. It's on the next page, right?
Skip over 3.
Okay.
Be on page 4.
Page 4. Wait, here. Well, we have one at the top of 3.
No,
His name is on it. Right here.
we wrote down 3, but I think we wrote down on 3.
Oh, okay.
Third one down on 4.
Okay. Last 4 numbers, 0482, 821 North Lincoln Avenue, Tarpon 4 LLC, Code Enforcement Officer Alex Gomez, Jonathan Trillos.
Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement, case numbers LCE 1900482. The address is 821 North Lincoln Avenue. The owner is Tarpon 4 LLC. License for Chapter 86. Lot clearing, junk, trash, and debris. Date of violation was 1/17/2019. City recommends partial release from parcel number 2827-13933-480-00120. Address of 433 Bar Court, Point Siena, Florida. Zip code 34579 from operation of this lien.
Okay. State your name again for the hearing.
Jonathan Trillos.
Okay. And you have something different, nothing different. Okay, board?
Still the same property.
A motion to accept staff recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Corbin. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
And y'all continue to help Tarpon.
Well,
At this point, the properties that are owned by Tarpon and have racked up fines and are in vacancy or blight, at least are now being turned into something that is good for the community there. Again, it doesn't benefit Lakeland because all the properties in Lakeland are still held.
Because Tarpon doesn't care.
Tarpon doesn't, that's my point though. Tarpon doesn't care.
Because you're releasing.
They've been doing this before we were even on the board. That's my only thing. So hopefully, any of our municipalities who are watching will return the favor if ever there is an opportunity for one of these properties in Lakeland to be rehabbed and, and brought back to something that can benefit the community. That's my thinking anyway.
Is that the last one for him?
No,
One
ma'am.
on page 18,
18?
second one down.
Okay. Last four numbers, 5402, 821 North Lincoln Avenue, Tarpon 4 LLC. Code Enforcement Officer Alex Gomez and Jonathan Trillos.
Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement, case numbers LCE 21-05402. Address is 821 North Lincoln Avenue. Owners Tarpon 4 LLC, Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307, care of premises, open storage and junk. Date of violation was 10/6/2021. The city is recommending a partial release for parcel 28271393348000120 from address 443 Bar Court, Point Siena, Florida, from operation of this lien.
Okay, state your name again for the hearing.
Jonathan Trillos.
Okay, and the same?
Same.
Okay. Board?
I'll make a motion to accept staff.
Wait,
Okay, well, there's two
I got
things
it.
on this.
this is a two-part.
Yeah, there's two on
This
this.
is a two-part order
Yeah, we'll
under
do it.
one vote.
Okay, all right.
So the assumption is that he will eat or have to pay the fine that's here?
We're gonna.
I need to reread the second half and add the new fines for the 153 days of non-compliance.
I can't hear you.
He's gonna reread it.
I'm going to reread it at this time, but I'm going to add the new fines for Tarpon.
Okay.
So Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement, case numbers LCE 21-05402, owners Tarpon LLC, Tarpon 4 LLC. Violations 8 is Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307, care of premises, open storage and junk. Date of violations 10/6/2021. The respondent on 1/25/2022, the respondent shall be fined $50 a day per day effective December 21st, 2021 until compliance is met. Fine totals were $7,650 for 153 days of non-compliance.
Okay. You have heard the officer. What do you have to say?
I mean, this is the same. They are their property, so nothing to do with it.
So you wanted to make that distinction, Tammy, because Tarpon will be fined that, I guess, after we mowed it or cleaned it.
Right, we're wanting to
Impose.
impose the $50, the fine and dismiss the case for the total amount because he's not here for Tarpon
Yeah.
for this case.
Right.
So we're wanting to dismiss it for the total fine, but then turn around and release this lien to
Got it.
the other property.
Okay. And just so we're clear, since Tarpon is not present, it'll be the full fine, not the reduced 10% plus admin.
We're not going to do the 10%, we're going
Right.
to do the full amount
Yeah,
since
okay.
Tarpon's not here.
Might as well be double, because they're not gonna pay it, it doesn't matter.
We can make it double if you want to make it double.
Doesn't matter. They're not gonna pay it, and it won't matter.
All right, so that I'll make a motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Corbin. Do we have a
So we're
vote
voting
on the first part first?
You're going to vote for it all
The
together.
whole total
Altogether.
now? Okay. Do we,
But there's two different things. Can we,
He doesn't want to vote yes for the.
no, can we vote together on two different items?
like they said, we have to read it.
I would prefer two separate motions if that,
Okay,
Yeah,
we
I
have to
think
read
Mr.
it.
Scott would as well. So you're not voting yes for a release.
Yeah, I mean, well, you've got, how can
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do one vote on two different items?
Okay. So the case number would be the same though, right?
It has to go under one order because that's the only way I can put it in the system.
Okay,
So I can't do it as two different separate orders.
so
then-
I'll
So you
have,
have to
saying-
vote one time.
You're saying we can't do that then?
well,
How can we put two together?
Mr. Hitchcock wants to dissent to the partial release, so I don't want to deprive him of his ability to put that vote on the record.
But you could also vote.
Ultimately, the outcome can be put into one order, I think, even if
normally
it's
put two
split into
items
two
on one.
motions.
Pardon me?
We normally put two different things on one case. First time I've seen that.
That's true.
She's saying that there's one order for this case that will say both directing the partial release and imposing the
Even though it's
fine
in two
amount.
different little
But she made us
boxes.
read them.
But I think they can make two separate motions and you can still put that into one order.
If they make two, I don't have the capability of putting in two separate motions.
It's only one case.
Okay,
Because
so
it's
how do you want me to read that then? Dismiss for the total fine, you said?
Pardon me?
How do you want me to read that then, since it's,
You can read it as staff recommendation, what the, you know.
it's a staff recommendation and just leave it like that? Okay. Okay, now, where were we? We voted.
Well, I don't know if I finished the motion, so I'll make a motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Corbin. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation, but the the staff recommends the board reduce the fine to 10% of the $765.
No,
No, I'm gonna read the full amount, it's
You don't even-
$1,000,
We'll just do staff
So he'll
recommendation.
know.
There's too much going on.
that he got to pay that $1,000?
No, no,
he
No, no,
doesn't.
no.
he does not.
No, okay.
No.
Okay. So,
Unless you want to. No?
okay, staff,
Worth a shot.
we have staff recommendation. It has been voted and approved. Okay. Been all mixed up here. That's the last one. We got one more?
I don't
think so.
I don't think so.
I don't have any more.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Have a nice
Thank you,
day.
thank you all.
All right. Okay, our next case is on page 8, middle of the page. Class 40051, 629 Adams Street, Williams Myronell Estate of Cornelius McClendon, Code Enforcement Officer Alex Gomez.
Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement, case numbers LCE 22-00051. Address is 629 Adams. The owner is Myronell, or the estate of Myronell Williams. Violations ordinance 5425, section 4.4.1, fence conditions. Date of violation was 1/11/22. Order on 5/6/2022. Respondent shall have till June 5th, 2022 for total compliance. Or a $50 a day fine be imposed. Affidavit of Non-Compliance was effective 6/6/2022. The city recommends a $50 a day fine be imposed effective 6/6/2022 and run till compliance is met.
State your name for the hearing.
Cornelius McClendon.
Okay. You have heard the officer. What do you have to say?
Nothing really. I'm getting the fence replaced anyway, so
You're gonna get it replaced, so
Yeah.
that $50 per day fine was effective as of June 6th. So,
so I can just take all the gate up.
say what?
I can just take all the gate up.
No, I'm just saying your fine was effective as of June the 6th, so you are.
He's asking if he can just remove the fence to take care of the,
Yes, part of the ordinance reads that he removes the fence. And it
and then as soon as you do, let Mr. Gomez know.
Place,
That's damaged.
repair, the damage.
Yeah,
Portion that's damaged.
Yeah.
you can repair whatever's damaged, or you can remove it, and that satisfies the violation.
I just go ahead and remove the fence.
So as soon as you do, let Mr. Gomez know so he can stop the fine.
Okay,
Going.
that'd be good.
Right. So I'll make a motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Corbin. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation, $50 per day fine. It was effective June the 6th. So until you get that taken care of, that fine is still rolling. That's what I was trying to get
It'll be
over.
up in a couple of days.
Okay,
Oh.
thank you.
Hey, there should be one on the top of page 5,
For him?
top of page 5, not for him.
Oh, okay. Have a nice day. Last 46545, address 3343 Wilkins Avenue, Jackson Larry Keith Jr., Code Enforcement Officer Charles McClellan.
Code Enforcement Officer Charles McClellan for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 19-06545 for the address of 3343 Wilkins Avenue. The violation was Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 305, and others listed in the agenda. Date of the violation was 8/29 of 2019. This respondent shall be fined. The order was on October 27th of 2020 that the respondent shall be fined $30 per day effective October 27th until compliance is met. We actually have not been in compliance for this case yet. It's still non-compliant, and the request for reconsideration is denied for this from the city. That's the city's recommendation.
Okay. State your name for the hearing, sir.
Larry Jackson.
Okay, you have heard the officer. What do you have to say?
I ain't gonna pay no fines because you can't get no parts for that trailer. Nowhere. The trailer was built in 1965, and now y'all tell me I have to tear it down because there ain't nobody living in it. So why should I go into compliance if I gotta tear it down? It makes no sense.
That does bring it into compliance.
Yeah, but if I could get parts for it, I can't get parts for it anywhere. Nowhere. The trailer was built in 1965. You know, they don't make parts for it. The only place that had parts for it, y'all tore down and put it in a retention pond.
Right.
The house of stuff that was there. It's the only place I could get parts for it. So why should I put, windows and doors in there? Had I put windows and doors in there, and then y'all were going to tell me I'm going to have to tear it down because it has no power on it, then I would have thrown all that money away. I bought a trailer for my wife, not for me. I bought it for her. She had somewhere to live. We separated. We don't live together no more. It's supposed to be in her name. She didn't put it in her name. So I'm left holding the bag.
Well, as long as you hold it, the more you're going to be fined.
I ain't got the money. I ain't got that kind of money. So, I don't know whatever y'all want to do. There ain't nothing I can do about it.
Okay, you said something about tearing it down that might stop the fine.
Yeah, but I ain't got that kind of money. I'm telling you, I ain't got that kind of money.
To tear it down? Okay.
I ain't got it.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept staff's recommendation.
It's done nothing but cost me money ever since I bought it. I mean, it just cost me money. I tried to do the right thing and...
Motion by Mr. Wainwright.
Why don't y'all just take it?
Second by Mr. Corbin.
Can I donate it to y'all or something? Make a city park out of it or something? For real.
I mean, so here's a question. At what point does this become like a
It's already ridiculous
health
to me.
issue or a nuisance that would require
This
city
particular
intervention?
parcel has 2 mobile homes on it, one somebody's actually living in.
Okay.
So that parcel would have to be divided if they wanted to donate half of it.
But, sorry, my question was, at what point because we've had cases before us where the structure is in such bad disrepair that it needs to be.
Well, there's nobody staying there. I finally managed to get rid of all the people that live in it. There's been nobody living in it.
Sorry, my question is just from Mr. McClellan.
What was the question?
At what point does this structure become unsuitable to be standing and need to be, like a special assessment given so the building can be demoed or something?
So with the current ordinances or violations of the ordinances that are in there, there's no one can live in it that doesn't even have running water or electricity.
Right.
Also, if a person doesn't live in the home for more than 1 year with electricity, that has to be demoed.
So I believe your question is at what point can the city demolish the structure?
Yeah.
And if it poses a threat or an imminent threat to anyone's health, welfare, or safety, and we can see that it's in such a decrepit state that it possibly may collapse or injure someone, is usually when we will request to have a demolition conducted on the property. But being that this parcel does have people living on it,
On one half.
it's one parcel, but it has 2 mobile homes on the one parcel. We put the onus back on the property owner to rectify the violation, and if he determines he wants to demolish it, he can, or if he wants to have it hauled off, he has that option. But just from looking at the photos, it's just a
It's not over
damaged
that.
mobile home. Yeah, it's just a damaged mobile home. It's not to the extent to where we would actually go into an occupied property
Right.
and demolish it.
It's all closed off, and all the doors and windows are screwed shut. Nobody can get in. It's sealed off. It's stable. I mean, just the inside they gutted it. The people that lived there, they tore
Yeah.
it apart.
Right, and the thing is, if we do demo the property and he agrees to have the city demolish the mobile home and remove it, then the cost of that
Sure.
would be applied towards the property as a
Yeah.
lien.
I mean, that's what I was trying to weigh the special assessment versus the fines just going, so.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. That's all.
Make a recommendation.
And I think.
It was
Mr. Corbin
motion by
said-
Mr. Wainwright, it was second by Mr. Corbin. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been motioned and approved to accept the staff's recommendation. Did you understand that, sir?
No.
It's
Explain it to
on
me.
you.
So we denied, there was a request for reconsideration that we denied just based on the fact that you're saying there's nothing that you can do anyway, so.
Well, I mean, I don't really see anything. I can't fix it. I'm not going to try to fix it. It's so old you can't get parts for it. So I have to tear it down. Then is that what you're saying?
I personally think that would be your best bet, but that's, again, I know gonna cost money that you're saying you don't have, so. But that would end the fines.
You know, if I had ever collected one penny's rent off of it, it would be, one thing. But I never got a dime. It just cost me money ever since I bought it. It just.
So demolition would be a way to end that for you.
And so then I'm still going to have to pay that $30 fine from 2019?
Until it's done. Yes, sir.
Mr. McClellan, can you clarify, I don't remember specifically, but I know that recently we changed the code with non-conforming mobile homes. I missed the introduction of this case, so my apologies, but is the case that this is non-conforming mobile home because it's on residential zone property, and because it was vacant for over a year, it lost its grandfathered status?
That's a great question. Not this case. I do have a new case that's opened up on that same property for that reason.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what is what was the basis for this particular violation?
Open housing case that was
It
still
was just the
active.
condition of the trailer?
Right.
Okay.
That's why I was asking about the demolition, if that was.
There are
So
two more
to comply
cases.
for this particular case, he just needs to repair the windows and,
There was several housing issues.
Yeah, there's a lot.
yeah.
Nobody can live in that trailer ever.
Right, just to give a little
It's-
history to
you
how
don't
these two
dispute that-
cases were opened. A housing case was opened when it was occupied,
Right.
and that's when it was cited for housing violations. Once the occupant, his ex-wife, moved out,
Actually, she went to jail.
right, then that's when it became non-conforming, and it was cited as a zoning case. This case specifically is because of the housing case,
Yeah.
but the mobile home is now non-conforming, and regardless if he did make repairs, the housing case in itself would
Be
close,
closed.
but that wouldn't help him.
The zoning case.
Because the mobile home is not allowed to be there.
I wanted to make it storage if I could, but I guess I'm not allowed to. Because I guess it's just not zoned
Still
for storage.
non-conforming.
Okay, well, tear it down then. Right, how long do I got now?
So again, all of this is on you to do. So as long as you take to do it, is how long the fines will continue to be added to the property.
I
So
can get blood out of a turnip anyway. All right.
Make sure you get a hold to the officer when you do it.
we have one more though, yes?
I need a permit.
You have two more for him.
2 more for him? Does he
Come
need
back.
to be?
Come back.
Sorry, we have, it's the same property.
He has 2 more cases, but he signed summary disposition for them.
The other ones are taken care of. Yeah, that's the only reason I came up here. I know what I gotta do now. I got a choice.
The ones he signed summary disposition for can be read in at the end,
Yeah, we can read them at a
right, so he doesn't have to stay.
Okay.
I
Okay.
go?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Oh, okay. All right. Next case is on page 10 at the bottom of the page. Last 4 numbers, 5713. Address 827 North Lincoln Avenue, C&T of Polk Incorporated. Ruben Pierre, Code Enforcement Officer, Daniel Povey.
Daniel Povey, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number PER 20-05713. The address is 827 North Lincoln Avenue. Owners are CNT of Polk Incorporated. Violation for building code, Florida Building Code Section 105.1, permits required. Date of the violation is 11/12/2020. The order was on 05/24/2022. And at this time, the city recommends that a $50 per day fine be enforced on the original date of November 8th, 2021, and run until brought into compliance.
Okay. State your name for the hearing.
Ruben Pierre.
Okay, you have heard the officer. What do you have to say?
Okay, now I want to make sure I start with the beginning of the process here. The purpose of my disclosure today is just to make sure I go over the timeline, especially to Mr. Wainwright. This started during the COVID time frame. There's been multiple requests for the permit that we applied for. During that time, the city closed. It was almost impossible for us to get anything accomplished. So therefore, the paperwork did not get processed because the city was closed. Now, this is dating back all the way to 2020. It's been 2 years. I've been following up with code enforcement. Since then, I can recount. I can count on my fingers how many code enforcement that I've worked with. Almost impossible. The information has been several months. There was no information received at my location for any violation. After a whole year, we received the information. Even after the year, when we received the information, we followed the steps. We even hired an engineer to clear the information that the city wanted us to clear. And in fact, I'm very disappointed with Lakeland because the referral came from the city. And I don't want to state the name of the company that we hire to apply for the permit because of legal, situation. I'm here, I'm asking the board to give us, more time. I understand it's been 2 years, but because of the pandemic, there's not anything that I can do or my company can do. Now it's a civil matter going back with the engineering company. I mean, the fees that the city is trying to impose on the property is absolutely ridiculous. It's more than the value of the property. If anything, like Mr. Wainwright is saying, that part of the neighborhood did not receive the Dixieland lump sum payment for historical development. This is being done to benefit the community. Now, I understand there's guidelines. I've been working with Dan. I don't have any issue with anybody here, but I'm asking for the leniency to give us a little bit more time. This is a legal issue that I'm having now with the engineering company. It's a civil matter. I've paid already people that's in that field to take care of the issue. I run a business. There's not anything that I can do. I was advised to go over my situation, the scenario. It's just time is what it is right now. Now, if the city want to impose the fee, I mean, you guys might as well, we'll hand over the title to you guys. Go ahead and finish it and do whatever you can do. That's my say, Mr. Simpson. Mr. Corbin, Mr. Hitchcock, any advice? And I'm right down the street from the Tarpon, whatever. I've been cleaning that property for the last 8 years. They owe me money. The Tarpon Company,
Yeah.
Oh,
the 821.
that.
So I see you scrolling over there, Crystal. The timeline matches pretty much.
I was looking to see if we had any returned mail, and I don't see anything where anything has come back to us, where we've sent mail to them for every hearing that we've had. I don't have any returned mail for any of that.
So this
I know
case,
Last year, he was in here sitting
Well,
over
and I
there.
thought, I remember more recently even a meeting
I've been
that
here for 2 years,
we
guys.
were making progress, I thought, and that I thought we turned a corner.
Yeah, so
Dan Napovi, Code Enforcement Officer, City of Lakeland. This case has been continued at this board 6 times already.
Yeah.
After the last continuance, I believe it was last month, me and Mr. Rubin, we sat down with Dale down in building inspection, and we tried to work it out and figure out what's going on. And like Mr. Rubin said, it is a civil issue between the original contractors and himself. And he is working to get new contractors, but with the current status of all building projects and everything, it is a little backed up. That's why we have been continuing it. But since this case was opened in 2020, and we've done continuances for, since November of last year, there still hasn't been any new permits pulled. There hasn't been any new updates. I went ahead forward with the recommendation to try to expedite things a little bit quicker.
Mr. Povey, was a permit ever applied for, and what was Dale's position on closing or trying to finalize the permit that's already out there?
I think that's what we looked at, and I believe some of the plans were incorrect.
The last information that we received, and I believe project docs, I believe Dale informed us the sketching, the blueprint was all incorrect, that it would take an astronomical amount of money to follow the guidelines that the engineer submitted. I communicated with the engineering team in Tampa. The engineer staff told me they was going to resubmit it. I'm still waiting as of today. I've been going back and forth. I've already hired a legal team. At this point, it's not only an inconvenience for me, it's an inconvenience, for Dan, for the city. But like I said before, this is not something that I can make happen. I have no ability to control what professional that's in that industry is supposed to be taken care of.
Right. Sonny Marshall, Code Enforcement Manager. I did speak with Mr. Rubin and Dan as well about the situation that Mr. Rubin has explained to you. I recommended that Dan does his standard recommendation because in code enforcement, we wanted him to present this information to the board. Instead of internally, continuously continuing the case out, I felt that he needed to have a voice and to be able to explain to you all, and you all make the discretion as to what the next step would be.
Correct. We didn't want it to be a secret. Dan and I, we've been working, and I understand it. He's doing his, he's doing his part of the process. That's a protocol. I'm doing my part. It's happening, and this is not just happening to me. It's happening to the entire community, and we know that because I've been to the community meetings, whether it's from north, south, east, and west. I hear the complaint. I don't know if we are being preyed on in Lakeland, but I wanted to make sure our voices. To me, as far as the property right now, it doesn't matter. We can get another property, but that was not the purpose. The purpose was to keep that property standing because it's a historical home. It's from 1930. We did not want to demolish it. We wanted to bring value to the community. However, sometimes you get dealt the wrong deck of cards.
When do you think the best estimate of time?
Mr. Hitchcock, if I did have that time, I would have said yesterday or last year. I do not want to be involved in coming here every 30 days. I do not have that answer, sir. I cannot answer it because I do not have it. I'm not a professional engineer. I didn't go to school to be for an engineering degree.
Our last continuance was, before last month.
Is there
I don't even know.
an active pending permit application?
There is a void permit application and a disapproved permit application from 2021. So they did apply for it, but like I said, when I sat down with Dale, all of the plans were wrong. for what was being submitted for, and that's why it was originally disapproved.
When was it disapproved on the permit record? And just so, clear what I'm getting at, a permit application is active for 6 months.
Right.
And if corrections are required and no corrections are made in 6 months, then it expires. Right. So if we're looking for a time frame, that would make sense to me to follow the time frame of the permit application.
So the last one that was void was on November 29th of 2021. So that one was void. If you go into the notes section, view notes, it'll tell you why.
So we don't automatically mark it as expired once there's inactivity on it for.
May I enter?
Well, with the permits, there's applied for, under review, approved, and issued. Once the permits are issued, then they have usually 6 months to a year to have them finalized. Everything else until then, there is no final date because issued is what we ultimately look for. As code enforcement, we don't look for finished product as the permit officer. I just look to see if a permit was approved and issued, meaning that it's been signed off by the building inspection and the project managers have paid for the permit and work can continue. After that, it's in building inspection, whether they finalize or what they have to do. But once the permit's issued, the work is on, the case is closed. So the last one was applied for on the 29th of November, but it was never issued.
I'm thinking just go ahead and accept
Now,
the application. And then
to answer your question, Mr. Sampson, you just said something that just triggered my processing unit up here. I have to be honest with you. Since you're saying there's a 6 months or a year, I have to be honest. I think the engineering company knows that, and they do that because they have multiple projects, and it's a financial situation where more project that you take on, you can push a few things in the rear. And I did have a heated conversation with the engineering company. And that was the specific verbiage. They're saying that, hey, you have people that's paying 7-digit or whatever numbers. When we have project as this, which is not priority, of course, is going to be left behind. Now, am I disappointed? Yes, again, but again, like I said before, the referral came from the city of Lakeland. It's not right.
And the civil matter that's under, or it's in process right now, is you trying to switch and find a new
Mr. Rainwright, the service, whatever the financial amount that they requested was paid less than 24 hours. Get it done, get it completed. The city I don't have time to come here and waste the city's waste the city's money. I know the state of the city. I know the state of the community in that area. I'm here with Dan. Dan is my best buddy now. Okay. Dan, all the guys in code enforcement. I just don't know. I do wish, there's no way I can speed it up because, again, you can see construction in every parcel in that area. And it's cooperation that's coming in. The guys are saying they're getting 50,000 plus to pull permits. When from what I understand, from my point of view, what I was hearing from the company is that this is small stuff. The city of Lakeland know we can do this. We can waste their time.
I want to ask one more question real quick. So do you have currently an engineer that you have to?
Right now, the next team that we are looking at is New Jack, which is a local company. I reached out to them. However, New Jack is, you know what's going on, Mr. Ring, right? You know what's going on in the city. I run an insurance business, guys. I understand we trying to do the right things to abide by the code to make sure we are compliant. But like I'm pleading to the committee, to the board today, Mr. Corbin, Mr. Hitchcock, Ms. Roundtree, Mr. Simpson, Mr. Wainwright, it's out of my control.
I'm gonna move staff recommendation to accept it, and then when you get it done, come back. If you've seen us before, we will look at it and probably adjust the fine, but at this point, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah,
If you
there's
keep
no
the
point
fine-
in you continuing to come back to us with nothing happening, especially if you're being held up by, civil issues or.
You've seen in the past, though, that once this gets completed, come back, there'll be a reduction, and we will take that in advisement,
Yeah.
what you've gone through. But at this point, there's nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, be honest with you, Mr. Hitchcock, I'd be happy. Just find me, stop the bleeding.
But here's the thing, it's going to keep going until the permits have been pulled and
When that's done, come
issued.
see us, so I move staff recommendation.
Yeah. I'll second.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to get it done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I believe you will.
Motion by Mr. Hitchcock, second by Mr. Wainwright. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 Thank
It
you.
has been motioned
We're
and
with you, just.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm going to keep fighting,
Yeah,
guys.
but
Thank
that
you.
way you don't have to keep coming back to us every time.
Exactly, exactly.
Once it's done, just keep your best bud over there and.
Right.
it
All
has
right.
been motioned and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Like he said, come back to
I'll
us,
bring it back as soon as I
and we'll
get it.
see what we can do. Have a nice day.
Hey, we have one on top of page 9.
Okay. Last four numbers, 0322, 1838 East Elm Road, Really Smart Properties LLC, Nicole Garrett, Code Enforcement Officer, Adam Gomez.
Adam Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement Officer. Case number LCE 22-00322, 1838 East Elm Road. Owner is Really Smart Properties. The violations are listed in the agenda for Ordinance 3947, interior for the home. Date of violation was 2/1/2022. The order was 4/8/2022. It was a summary disposition given 60 days, giving the respondent till June 7th, 2022 to comply. Affidavit of Non-Compliance was 6/8/2022, and the city recommends a fine of $30 a day be imposed, effective 6/8/2022, and run into compliance.
Okay. State your name for the hearing.
Nicole Gerard.
Okay, you have heard the officer. What do you have to say?
So in regards to the situation, this was a tenant occupied property. So we had to actually, they're the ones that actually called code, after receiving a notice from us stating that they needed to vacate for repairs that needed to be done to the property. There was a lot of tenant neglect, so.
Ma'am, could you move the mic down just so we can hear you?
Thank you.
Is that better? Okay.
As long as we can hear you, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so we had to actually go through with a full eviction. It went all the way to a hearing, back and forth. So it took us 60 days to even remove her from the property. At that point, this was to be a total rewire of the home. The electrician was 6 weeks out. We contracted literally immediately as soon as we got possession of the property and have been working on it ever since. We're about 80% done, have about 2 weeks left. But in that time frame, I mean, it was impossible to get done with permits and vendors and things like that. On top of that, when I signed that paper, I had just had major surgery, so I was out for 6 weeks.
Staff. Board.
Well, at this point, I just moved the same. They got the ongoing work, and
Yeah, and the summary is there too, so.
so I move that we accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Hitchcock,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Wainwright. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been motioned and approved to accept the staff recommendation for $30 per day, effective June 8th, 2022. And once you get everything taken care of, just, come back and,
See us, and we will look at the fines.
And just keep Mr. Gomez in the loop and as soon as you're able to mark stuff off, and you can do the inspections and close it out.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Next, page 13 at the top of the page. Last four numbers, 1142, 509 Kenningston Street. Tate Deborah Lynn. Daniel Sheets is the code enforcement officer.
Daniel Steves, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 21-01142. That's 509 Kensington Street. The owner is Deborah Lynn Tate. Ordinance in violation is 3947 as listed in the agenda. Date of violation was on February 26th of 2021. The order was given on May 24th, 2022, that the respondent would have until April 10th of 2022 or be fined $30 a day. There was Affidavit of Compliance was filed in June 1st of 2022 for 52 days of non-compliance, fines totaling $1,500. I'm sorry, $1,560 for 52 days of non-compliance. The city has recommended, since we've talked to Mrs. Tate, that we go to a 10% reduction, equaling $156 plus admin fees of $317.81. for a total of $473.81, and that's to be paid on or before June 28th of 2023.
Okay, thank you. State your name for the hearing.
Deborah Tate.
Okay, you have heard the officer. What do you have to say?
Yes, ma'am. It was never a matter of not trying to get the work done. It was a matter of contractors.
Sure.
The contractor that finally did it was my third one, and it just took time. I secured him in December, and it took that long with jobs he already had going on to get the work completed.
Okay.
The work is done.
The work is done?
Yes, ma'am.
See that.
Okay. You have a fine of $473.81. How do you stand on that?
That's fine.
Okay. Thank you. Board?
I'll make a motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Corbin. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation. Your $473.81 is to be paid by 6/28. So 2023, 1 year. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Have a nice day. Our next case is on page 17 at the top of the page. 4690, it's 808 North Ruth Avenue. Fernando M. Cabezas. Alex Gomez is the code enforcement officer.
Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement, case numbers LCE 21-04690. Address is 808 North Ruth Avenue. The owner is Fernando M. Cabeza. Violations, Ordinance 4134, Section 1, derelict vehicle. Date of violation is 9/2/2021. The date of order is 12/14/2021. The respondent shall be fined $50 per day, effective November 16, 2021. The compliance is met. The affidavit of compliance was done on 5/26/22 for 191 days of non-compliance. The city recommends that the fines be reduced to 10% of $900 to $955 plus administrative costs of $345.89 for a total of $1,389 to be paid by 6/28/2023.
Okay. State your name for the hearing.
Yes, ma'am.
State your name.
Fernando Cabezas.
Okay. You have heard the officer. What do you have to say?
Well, I was surprised last month, May 23rd, when I knew from Mr. Gomez that I was incurring in violation because that truck it was sitting in my yard for 6 years. I never received a letter from the city. I never received a warning. So I never knew that I was incurring in violation. So in May 23rd, when he told us that I was in violation, I couldn't move the truck this very same day because the truck, it was broken. I have to put 2 new tires. We have to get something to pull it out from the yard. But the very next day, we removed that truck from my house. So I don't know if it's fair to pay that amount of money for something that I never knew that I was incurring a violation.
And you said you learned that it was in violation through a letter or that he spoke to you?
Well, I knew from him personally that I was in violation. I never received a letter from mail, never.
The address that it was sent to originally was his prior address, which was also on the deed or from the county.
Yeah.
So that's where that address gets shipped, that gets sent to till he puts correct address.
And how long have you lived at this property?
We purchased that house in 2016.
Okay.
We moved to that property in April 2016.
Okay.
And the first thing that I did, it was to go to the post office.
Change your address.
To change the address. So
that doesn't change it at the...
I don't know what's wrong.
How are you getting your tax bills?
Pardon?
Well, it's on there now. I think that address is current.
It may be current now, but, Mr. Gomez, was it just that one white, the small truck? I saw some other vehicles.
It started as that one white truck when it opened, and then it went to that,
But
what looked like a food truck.
how many vehicles were there on there?
What's that? I'm sorry?
How many total vehicles were there?
It started with that white one, and then because of the way the ordinance is written, that second DV was still there. The derelict vehicle was still there.
Can we see that first one from September? Crystal, what address that was sent to? Sorry. The initial notice of violation. So this was your old address?
Yes, sir.
From 2006. So you moved to Ruth Avenue in 2016, you said?
Yes, sir. We moved in April 2016 to AOA Ruth Avenue.
Address was changed.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
So this is, yeah, okay, like he said, 523. That was updated. Huh.
When was the vehicle moved?
When?
Yes.
526?
We moved it in May 24th to the next lot. I couldn't move it from there the same day because it was broken. It doesn't start. I have to put 2 new tires and to get another vehicle to tow it out of the property.
The Affidavit of Compliance was completed on May 26, 2022. So that's what we're asking.
Yeah, so if we look at the letter, the last letter that he got was on the 23rd, and then by the 26th, it looked like it was in compliance, that he'd taken care of it.
That was a project truck. I was planning to make a food truck,
Yeah.
but I couldn't.
I mean, usually when we have issues with notice, we see that the address hasn't been updated, like, even right now, but his address is current now. It does look like what he said, he got the notice on May 23rd, and by May 26th, it was taken care of.
3 days, yeah.
And I don't know why the city never communicate with me, because the city, they have my mail, and they send mail to me from time to time, inviting me to some event.
Yeah.
And they have my phone number. And also, we came over here from time to time to get some permit to do something in the house.
Yeah.
So they know that we live in there.
As you see, there was 2 vehicles on there, so it's not vehicle specific on
Yeah.
if it's the white truck and the food truck. Once I did make contact with them, it did get complied. Once I was able to find them, make contact with them in the front yard,
Yeah.
then contact was made and explained that that truck needed to be moved
Well,
or stored in the proper.
I didn't.
Then it was done, once he had the notification from me verbally.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm. So I'm inclined to make a motion to reduce the fine to admin cost only, to be paid by 6/28/23.
Okay.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Corbin. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to just charge the administrative costs only of $345.89 to be paid by 6/28/2023. You have 1 year to pay the admin costs.
Thanks.
And hopefully, since we have your current address, that'll get sent to your house there, and you'll have that.
Okay. That the only one for him? Okay. Thank you, sir.
I'm curious if he's gonna do the food truck still, though. No? Is he gonna do the food truck still?
The next one is,
I'm just curious.
he didn't say, yeah. The next one at the bottom of page 19, last 4 numbers, 5861, 820 North Vermont Avenue, Fernando Arriaga and Lucila Arriaga. Code Enforcement Officer Daniel Povey. We have Mayra Arriaga present. Myra?
Myra Arriaga.
Okay.
All right, Daniel Povey, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number PER 20-05861. Address is 820 North Vermont Avenue. Owners are Fernando and Lucia Arriaga. I hope I said that right.
Arriaga.
Okay. The violation is for Florida Building Code, Section 105.1. Permits required. Date of the violation is 11/18/2020. The order was sent on 10/26/2021. The Affidavit of Compliance was effective 05/27/2022. For total fines of 228 days. At this time, the city recommends 10% of the fine at $1,140, admin cost of $420.46, for a total of $1,560.46 to be paid by 6/28/2023 or revert back to the original amount.
Okay. State your name for the hearing.
Myra Arriaga.
Okay, you have heard the officer. What do you have to say?
Okay, so this is my parents' property, and my dad, he doesn't live here. He's out of the state, and my mom, she was out of the country. Also, we were never aware of this until we got the paper in the mail. That's when we noticed, and we removed it already. So I want to see if we can get it reduced.
So the permit, this 3-compartment sink is just, it just needs to be hooked up, or?
It was hooked up.
It's removed.
It's been removed.
It's not there anymore.
Okay.
Is the question was they're
I guess.
not allowed to have this in the yard? Is that right?
Yeah, it was never permitted to have it, to have the plumbing run for it. So that's what the original case was.
What was that being used for?
They were remodeling the inside of the house, the whole kitchen and stuff, so they don't have, I guess, somewhere where they can do their dishes. So they put that in there.
I thought you were going to tell me you used it for gardening purposes.
I was thinking the same thing, some vegetable or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But it's not there. It's just-
Okay.
Big kitchen.
Then what would you ask of the board today?
I want to see if you guys can like reduce the. Because now I'm the one that have to pay for it because my dad, he doesn't live here in Florida, and my mom, she doesn't work, due to her health. So I'll be the one taking care of that. So I want to see if you guys can reduce a little bit more.
So you said you weren't aware of this until,
Just recent. That's when we got it like taken care of.
okay. So I saw that notice was posted, right? So you saw it on the door, and that's when you,
My mom received
oh, she got something from the mail.
Yeah, she received the mail, so she showed it to me. That's when I noticed this was going on. So I told her that we need to take care of,
Okay.
and we did.
And this probably were you making contact to get it resolved, or she just?
Yeah, once she made contact, we set up a date and time
Yeah.
to come and inspect, and once I saw that it was gone and everything was cleared up, I closed the case.
Okay.
I move that we reduce it, fine to 5%, and leave the admin cost, so it'd be $570 plus $420.46, for a total of $990.46.
I feel like we should check your math.
Increased it.
He doesn't normally do his math, so I was.
Yeah, I don't live there, so, and she doesn't speak English, so she doesn't really,
Yeah.
60.
So that new amount and a year to pay, would that be enough time to?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll second.
How much is more amount?
He said 990.46.
Yes,
Is that correct?
that's what I
I
have.
mean, that's what he said, so that's what I'm going with.
But I hope someone else checks it from me.
It's too late now.
5% is 570 plus the 420.46 is
Yes.
190.46.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for
Okay, motion
working that out.
by Mr. Hitchcock. Who is second by? Second by Mr. Wainwright. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to change the fine to a 5%, making the total cost $990.46 to be paid by June 28th of 2023. You have 1 year to pay $990.46.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. The last tab I have is page 20. Last four numbers, 5653, address 318 Twin Lakes Circle, David Mendiola Ramirez. Code Enforcement Officer Daniel Povey.
Daniel Povey, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number PER 21-056353. Address is 318 Twin Lakes Circle. Owner is David Ramirez for violations for Florida Building Code Section 105.1 permits required. Date of the violation was 10/25/2021. The order was sent on April 26, 2022. The Affidavit of Compliance was sent on 6/10/2022 for 88 days of non-compliance. At this time, the city recommends 10% of the original fine at $440, admin costs of $240.94, for a total of $680.94 to be paid by 6/28/2023 or revert back to the original amount.
Okay, thank you. State your name for the hearing.
My name is David Mendiola.
Come a little closer.
Just so we can hear you.
Lift that up a little.
Yes, my name is David Mendiola.
Okay. You have heard the officer. What do you have to say?
Yeah,
Yeah?
it's okay.
All good.
Okay.
I move staff recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Hitchcock, second by Mr. Wainwright. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been motioned and approved to accept the staff recommendation of $680.94 to be paid by June 28th of 2023. You have 1 year or a little, yes, 1 year to pay the fine, okay?
Okay.
1 year.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day. And that. Okay. Who's first?
What's on second?
That was one more.
It's another one?
Got the address?
No. She's here on behalf of Randall Gooseby, but we have no cases for him right now other than we have an affidavit of compliance with no fines.
Okay.
So I've explained that to her already that there's no
Okay.
cases going on.
Okay. So I don't think there's anything. Remember, we had a bunch of reconsiderations for Randall Gooseby, and we had to go over and over and over and over.
Okay. Me again. All right, this is on page 19.
19.
I'm starting on page 19.
Okay,
For 909 South Lakeside.
okay. Page 19.
All right.
Something like that, I'm not out of order.
Uh-oh. We got real paper up here, so. All right, I think we're ready.
All right. Daniel Povey, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number PER 18-059, or I'm sorry, PER 18-02597. Address is 909 South Lakeside Avenue. Owner is Florida Presbyterian Homes Incorporated. Violation for Florida Building Code 105.1, permits required. The date of the violation is 04/24/2018. Order was sent on 09/25/2018. The fines total $68,650 for 1,373 days of non-compliance. The affidavit of compliance was effective on 06/14/2022. The representative for Florida Presbyterian has signed a summary disposition for 10% of the fine at $6,865. Admin costs of $632.62 for a total of $7,497.62 to be paid on or by 6/28/2023 or revert back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation. That's it? Yep. All right. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Should be on page 14.
14. Okay.
Adam Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement Officer. Case number LCE 21-01985.
Okay.
710 East Lime Street, number 1. Owner is 710 Lime Street Land Trust. Violations listed. The order was on 1/25/2022 for a violation on 4/29/2021. There was a summary signed for 10% of the total fine of $47.70. The 10% is $477. Admin of $266.55 for a total of $743.55. Paid on or before 6/28/2023, or it will revert.
Okay.
A motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
Okay, the next one's right under it.
Okay.
Adam Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement Officer. Case number LCE 21-01986, 710 East Lime Street, number 2. Owner is 710 Lime Street Land Trust. Violations listed in the agenda. The violation was on 4/29/2021, order on 1/25/2022. A summary was signed. The initial total fines were $47.70. The summary was signed for 10% of the fines for $477, plus admin of $266.55, for a total of $743.55, paid for by or before 6/28/2023 or revert.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation. Is that it?
That's for
All
me.
right, thank you, sir. Next.
Okay, first one's on page 6. It's the last one on page 6. Daniel Sheets, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 21-06331. That's 630 Eastway Drive.
Okay.
Owner is Stuart Calvo and Pablo David Conde, I'm sorry. Violation is for 5425 for fence height in residential district. Date of violation was December 16th, 2021. This case would be dismissed on the order given on May 24th of 2022 that the case be dismissed upon $1,500 fine. The owner has signed a summary for 10%, which would be $150 plus admin cost of $217.63 for a grand total of $367.63 to be paid on or before June 28th of 2023.
A motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
Okay, page 7, the only one on page 7.
Okay,
What page?
7. Okay,
Okay, Daniel Sheets, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 21-05997. That's 518 Lake Hollingsworth Drive. The owner is Clark Galbraith and Kaisi Galbraith. Violations for Ordinance 3947 for exterior walls, plus 3947 for structurally sound and maintained roofs. Date of violation was November 17th of 2021. It was given an order on June 10th, 2022 to the case be continued to the June 28th code enforcement meeting, which is now. This owner right now is in litigation and has retained Gray Robinson as their attorney. So there is a conflict of interest right now. So they did sign a continuance form that the case will be continued until December 20th of 2022.
What's the conflict? I'm just curious. That it's in litigation?
Yeah. He's currently retained Gray Robinson. Our hearing officer is provided by Gray Robinson. So until the litigation is resolved, there would be a conflict of interest. So we decided to give it a continuance until December to see how far along they are in litigation.
Okay, motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Second.
motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
Last one's on page 12. Bottom of page 12.
Okay.
Daniel Sheets, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 21-00240. That's 1416 Layton Avenue. The owners is Freedom Flipping Academy LLC.
At the
Well,
bottom. It's at the
No,
bottom.
sorry, it's done. I just saw.
It's at the bottom of the case.
it's at the bottom.
No, I'm sorry. I got excited because this case has come before us and it's been like in process, and I see that it's Affidavit of Compliance. That's all.
Tammy has some updated pictures too.
I would like to see this. That's all. Sorry.
Okay, but it's for Ordinance 3947, and that's Chapter 3305 as listed in the agenda. Date of violation was for January 14th of 2021. Let's see, the order was given on November 16th of 2021 that the fines total $17,900 for 358 days of non-compliance. Affidavit of compliance was filed on May 31st of 2022. The owner has signed a 10% summary. 10% of this would be $1,790. Admin cost of $478.62 for a grand total of $2,268.62. And that's to be paid on or before June 28th of 2023.
Cool. Make a motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Remember, because they were going to demo it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Page 4,
Page 4. Okay.
the second one down.
Okay.
Angela Kaiser, Code Enforcement Officer with the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 1808144, address 903 Forest Lake Drive. Owners Shannon L. Bish, the violations of Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 305.32 for roofs. Date of the violations, November 27th, 2018, with the October 26, 2021 order, denying a reconsideration. At this time, the city is requesting to reduce the total fines on this case down to 10%, which is $99, add the administrative cost of $252.53 for a total of $351.53 to be paid by August 26, 2023, or it would revert back, and the owner did sign a summary disposition on this.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
Then go to page 5,
Page
second one down.
Okay.
Angela Kaiser, Code Enforcement Officer with the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 20-00207, address 903 Forest Lake Drive, owner Shannon L. Bish, the violation of Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307.4 for care of premises. Date of the violations, January 8th, 2020, with the previous reconsideration denied. Again, this owner signed a summary agreeing to reductions down to 10%, which would be $633, adding the administrative cost of $464.69 for a total of $1,097.69 to be paid by June 28th, 2023, or it would revert back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
Page 17, second one down.
17. Okay.
Angela Kaiser, Code Enforcement Officer of the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 21-04709, address 1631 Blossom Circle East. Owners listed as Jamie Penix. The violation is for Ordinance 4134, Section 1 for derelict vehicles. Date of the violation was September 2nd, 2021, with the December 14th, 2021 order being that the respondent shall be fined $50 per day effective November 16th, 2021 until compliance is met. The Affidavit of Compliance was effective June 13th, 2022 for 209 days of non-compliance totaling $10,450. The owner signed summary disposition agreeing to dismiss the case with administrative costs only of the amount of $315.51 to be paid by June 28th, 2023, or it would revert back to the original amount.
Why did you not go after the $10,400?
There were circumstances in this situation where the owner was making contact with the tenant who was an aunt, and she was letting him know that things were okay. He did not realize that she had some dementia issues. And in May, she inadvertently set the house on fire and almost died in it. But he had attempted to make contact with the city when it was time to go to have fines imposed. And at the time, there was a changeover with officers. So the name on the paperwork for the employee for him to contact, which he documented and showed me that he sent me that he had emailed that officer and he had called him also. That officer was no longer employed with us at the time. So he was given information to contact someone who was no longer. So we felt like he had made the attempts and.
Okay,
That's fair.
I'm good.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Corbin. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been motioned and approved to accept the staff's recommendation. Thank you, ma'am.
Bottom of page 4.
Bottom of page 4. Okay.
Charles McClellan, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 19-06374 for the address of 3343 Wilkins Avenue. Owners of Keith Larry Jackson, violation of Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307, care of premises, overgrowth, storage, and junk. Date of the violation was August 21st of 2019. It was ordered on October 27th of 2020 that the case will be dismissed upon payment of the fine of $5,550. Owner has signed a summary disposition for 10%, which is $555, plus administrative costs of $320.11, for a total of $875.11 to be paid by June 28th of 2023 or revert back to the original amount.
A motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
Top of page 6. Charles McClellan, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 21-03993 for the address of 3343 Wilkins Avenue. Owners Keith Jackson, violations of Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307.4, care of premises, open storage, and junk. Date of the violation was August the 6th of 2021, and it was ordered on October the 8th of 2021. The respondent was a repeat offender at the time, and the fine was $1,700. The owner has signed a summary disposition for 10% of that, which is $170, plus administrative costs of $166.33 for a total of $336.33 to be paid by June 28th of 2023 or revert back to its original fine.
A motion to accept.
Say that amount again?
Say that again?
3633.
The total amount, what'd you say?
Total amount was $336.33.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
I'm going to go to page 15,
15.
middle of the page. Charles McClellan, Code Enforcement Officer
Okay.
for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 21-02352 for the address of 702 East Garden Street. Owners are the estate of George Carazza. Violations of Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307.4, care of premises, open storage, and junk. Date of the violation was May 12th of 2021. On August 24th, it was ordered that respondent will be fined $50 per day, totaling $15,750. They signed a summary disposition for 10% of the original amount, which is $1,575, plus administrative costs of $371.50, for a total of $1,946.50 to be paid by June 28th of 2023 or revert back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
One right below that.
Okay.
Charles McClellan, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 21-02353 for the address of 702 East Garden Street. Owners are the estate of George Karatzas. Violation of Ordinance 3371, Section 9.02, Regulations for Unsecured and Unoccupied Buildings. Date of that violation was May the 12th of 2021. On August 24th, it was ordered that it would pay $150 per day. The fines for this was totaling $47,250. Affidavit of Compliance was May 31st of 2022, and they did sign a summary for 10% of the original, which is $4,725, plus administrative costs of $371.50, for a total of $5,096.50, to be paid by June 28th of 2023, or revert back to the original amount.
A motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation. Thank you, sir.
Maybe at the top of page 12.
Well. Okay.
Code Enforcement Officer Joey Brownlow, City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 1704891. Address is 63 Lake Hunter Drive. Owner Holmquist KE Revocable Trust. Violation ordinance.
1 second.
You said 12? That's not there.
What is it? I'm sorry.
Sometimes our agenda.
Page 11. Sorry.
11, okay.
Sorry. All right, so top of page 11.
Okay.
Code Enforcement Officer Joey Brownlow, City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 1704891, 63 Lake Hunter Drive. Owner Holmquist KE Revocable Trust. Violation Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 305.2, and others listed in the agenda. Date of violation was 7/17 of 2017. Order 11/16/2021. Fines total $83,850 for 1,677 days of non-compliance. The Affidavit of Compliance was effective 6/10 of 2022. I have a summary disposition on this for 5% of the original, which is $4,192.50, plus admin fees of $742.13, for a total of $4,934.63, to be paid by 6/28/2023, or revert back to original amount.
Sorry. So it got foreclosed on, or no? I'm just curious.
This is the Lake Hunter property?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We filed the foreclosure. They actually got an interested buyer who stepped in and made the repairs, and they are in the process of closing. We have stayed the foreclosure action while they've been working on all this, and assuming that they pay the amount that the board is going to determine now, assuming that they pay that and then they pay the legal fees that we've incurred, then we'll record releases and they'll be able to close on that, and the new owner will take over.
I noticed recently it would be done.
Yeah, some work.
That's on that corner there.
No, it's on the lake. They've been
Right.
mowing is bad. And it's,
I'll motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff recommendation.
The next one is right below it.
Okay.
Code Enforcement Officer Joey Brownlow with the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 17-04892, 63 Lake Hunter Drive. Owner is Holmquist KE Revocable Trust. Violation Ordinance 3371, Section 9.02, Regulations for Open, Unsecured, Unoccupied Building. Date of violation 7/17 of 2017. Order was on 11/16/2021. Had fines totaling $84,850 for 1,697 days of noncompliance. Affidavit of Compliance was effective 6/10 of 2022. with a summary disposition for 5%, which is $4,242.50 plus admin fees of $791.04 for a total of $5,033.59 to be paid by 6/28/2023 or revert back to original amount.
A motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
The next one is going to be on page 13,
Okay.
the second one down.
Okay.
Code Enforcement Officer Joey Brownlow with the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 21-01149, 842 South New York Avenue. Owner Jessica Moyer. Violation Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307.4, care of premises, open storage and junk. Date of violation 2/26 of 2021. Order was on 6/22 of 2021. Fines totaled $22,250 for 445 days of noncompliance. Affidavit of Compliance was effective 5/17 of 2022. Of a summary disposition for 10% of the original, which is $2,225 plus admin fees of $478.71 for a total of $2,703.71 to be paid by 6/28/2023 or revert back to original amount.
A motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Corbin. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
Next one is going to be at the top of page 15.
Okay.
Code Enforcement Officer Joey Brownlow with the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 21-02030, address 1014 West Orange Street. Owner King Jimmy William Jr. Violation Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 305.2, exterior walls, and others listed in the agenda. Date of violation 4/28 of 2021. Order was on 1/25 of 2022. Respondent shall have $50 per day fine effective December 6, 2022, and to run until compliance is met. The total of the fine was $8,850 for 177 days of noncompliance. The Affidavit of Compliance was on 6/1 of 2022. Have a summary disposition for 10% of the original, which is $885 plus admin fees of $315.51 for a total of $1,200.51 to be paid by 6/28/2023 or revert back to original amount.
A motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
Next ones are on the next page, page 16.
Okay.
Be the second one from the top.
Okay.
Code Enforcement Officer Joey Brownlow with the City of Lakeland. Case number LCE 21-02849, 1330 West Patterson Street. Owner James Dwyer. Violation Section 82-2, Lakeland Code, lot clearing for overgrowth. Date of violation was 6/8/2021. Order was on 10/26 of 2021. The respondent shall be fined $50 per day effective September 21st, 2021 until compliance is met. The fine totaled $13,050 for 261 days of noncompliance. The Affidavit of Compliance was effective 6/9 of 2022. Have a summary disposition for 5% of the original fine, which is $652.50, plus admin fees of $364.47, for a total of $1,016.97 to be paid by 6/28/2023 or revert back to original amount.
A motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
The next one is right below it.
Okay.
Code Enforcement Officer Joey Brownlow with the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 21-03512, address of 402 West Patterson Street. Owner, Robert Lounders Jr. Violation is 86.2, overgrowth. Date of violation 7/14/2021. Order on 6/20/2022. The respondent shall be fined $50 per day effective October 19th, 2021 until compliance is met. Fine totaled $10,650 for 213 days of non-compliance. The Affidavit of Compliance was effective 5/20/2022. Of a summary disposition for 10% of the original amount, which is $1,065 plus admin fees of $348.15 for a total of $1,413.15 to be paid by 6/28/2023 or revert back to original amount.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
Next page, page 17, third one down.
Okay.
Code Enforcement Officer Joey Brownlow with the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 21-04887, address of 1807 West Chase Street. Owner, Adam Burse and Lindy Ann Ziegenfuss. Violation Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 305.3, roof structurally sound and maintained. Date of violation was 9/13/21. The order was on 5/24/2022. The respondent shall be fined $50 per day effective April 8th, 2022 until compliance is met. The total fine was $3,100 for 62 days of non-compliance. The Affidavit of Compliance effective 6/9/2022. It's going to be a summary disposition for admin fees only, which is $226.92 to be paid by 6/28/2023 or revert back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
The next one is directly below that.
Okay.
Code Enforcement Officer Joey Brownlow with the City of Lakeland, case number LCE 21-05281, 1014 West Orange Street. Owner, King Jimmy William Jr. and King Remy L. Jr. Violation Ordinance 4134, Section 1, Derelict Vehicle. Date of violation 9/29/2021. The order was on 3/22/2022. The respondent shall be fined $30 per day effective March 9th of 2022 until compliance is met. Fine total is $2,040 for 68 days of non-compliance. Affidavit of Compliance was effective 5/16/2022. Summary disposition for 10% of the original, which is $204 plus admin fees of $273.58 for a total of $477.58 to be paid by 6/28/2023 or revert back to original amount.
A motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second the motion.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation. Thank you, sir.
I'll try to go as quick as possible on these. We're going to go all the way back to
Page 3.
page 3.
Okay.
Top of page 3. Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement, case numbers LCE 16-08470. The address is 1237 Parkhurst Avenue. Owners Parkhurst Land Trust 1237. Violation was Ordinance 4134, Section 1, Derelict Vehicle. The city recommends that the board extend the previous order payment date to 6/28/2023 or revert back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
Next one's going to be Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland, Code Enforcement. Case number is LCE 16-08473. Address is going to be 1237 Parkhurst Avenue. Owners of Parkhurst Land Trust 1237. Violations ordinance 5425, section 4.4.1, fence condition. Date of violation was 11/30/2016. Summary disposition was signed on this one. The city recommends that the board extend the previously ordered payment deadline to 6/28/2023.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
This will be the third one down. Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement. Case number is LCE 16-08474. The address is 1237 Parkhurst Avenue. Owners Parkhurst Land 1237. Violation of Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 305.5. Stairs, porches. I cannot pronounce the last one. Date of violation is 11/30/2016. This is also summary dispositions. The city recommends that the board extend the previously ordered payment date to 6/28/2023 or revert back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
Last one on the bottom there.
Okay?
It's going to be Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement. Case number is LCE 18-00210. The address is 1237 Parkhurst Avenue. Owners Parkhurst Land Trust 1237. Violation ordinance 4134, Section 1, Derelict Vehicle. Date of violation is 1/11/2018. This is also summary disposition. The City of Lakeland recommends that the board extends the previous ordered payment deadline to 6/28/2023.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by
Oh,
Mr.
sorry.
Corbin. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
Top of the, I'm sorry,
You said last week.
Page 4,
top of page 4.
okay?
Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement. Case number is LCE 18-08079. The address is 1237 Parkhurst Avenue. The owner is Parkhurst Land Trust 1237, Ordinance 4134, Section 1, Derelict Vehicle. Date of violation was 11/19/2018. The city recommends administrative costs only of $469.42. That's $469.42. To be paid by 6/28/2023 or revert back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement. This will also be another summary disposition. Case number is LCE 19-055, I'm sorry, 5.
Sorry, where are you?
What page?
I'm sorry. Fourth one down on page 4.
Okay.
414 West 7th. I
Got it.
apologize.
You good?
Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement. Case number is LCE 19-05954. The address is 414 West 7th Street. The owners of Bettina M. Crawford. Violations Chapter 86, Lakeland Code of Ordinance, Section 86.2, lot clearing, junk, trash, and debris. Date of violations 8/6/2019. There's also summary disposition. City recommends administrative costs only of $618.60 to be paid by 6/28/2023 or revert back to the original amount.
Accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright,
Second.
second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
Next one's on the bottom of page 5. It's going to be 414 West 7th.
Okay.
Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement. Case numbers are LCE 20-05317. The address is 414 West 7th Street. The owner is a Bettina M. Crawford. The violations are as listed in the agenda. This is also going to be another summary disposition. The city recommends administrative cost of $469.42 to be paid by 6/28/2023 or revert back to the original amount.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright. Second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
The next one will be on the top of page 8, 610 West 3rd.
Okay.
Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement. Case numbers LCE 21-05352, 610 West 3rd Street. The owner is a Alfonso Parchment. The violations are listed in the agenda. An affidavit of compliance was completed on 6/21/2022. I'm sorry, 6/27/2022. The City of Lakeland recommends that this be dismissed with no fines.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
On the top of page 10, it's going to be 1053 Anderson Avenue.
Okay.
Alex Gomez, City of Lakeland Code Enforcement. Case numbers LCE 22-00787. The address is going to be 1053 Anderson Avenue. The owners of Florence William. The violation is Ordinance 3947, Chapter 3, Section 307.4. Care of premises, open storage, and junk. An affidavit of compliance was completed. The city recommends that this be dismissed with no fines.
Motion to accept staff's recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright, second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved to accept the staff's recommendation.
The next one's going to be right under that one.
Okay.
1314 North Virginia.
Okay.
You don't have to do that one. It'll go in the blanket.
Okay. All right, let me see.
Good.
Am I good?
Yeah.
That's it. I don't have any more.
I don't have any other.
We're done.
We're done.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. For reconsiderations, the motions are ordered for the cases on pages 2 through 6 in which the respondents did not appear is to deny reconsideration.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been motioned and approved. Cases continued. Motions are ordered for the cases on pages 8 through 10 in which the respondents did not appear and are not in compliance is that the fines be imposed as stated in the agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 Dismiss with a fine. Yes, so motion has been approved. Okay, dismiss with a fine. The motions are ordered for the cases on pages 11 through 20 in which the respondents did not appear is to dismiss with fines as listed in the agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been voted and approved. Dismiss with no fine. The motions are ordered for the cases on pages 21 through 27 that are now in compliance is to dismiss with no fine.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Wainwright.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hitchcock. Do we have a vote?
Yes.
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 It has been motioned and approved. And that is it. Dismissed.
I sent an email